is Owen Schroyer from the InfoWars War Room. You are now traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's a sign. Post up ahead of you. Your next stop, Prison Palace. I'm here now to introduce you to your guide. A maverick, a future legend, and FEMA camp princess. A televangelista, a soldier in the tyranny response team. It's none other than Priscilla. Buckle up, because if you don't understand it now, you soon will, and that's where the real ride begins. Let's go.
Hello and welcome, weary travelers. You have now entered the Prison Palace, and you're here with your guide, Priscilla, the FEMA camp princess herself in person, but not in person, over a video camera. Now, I think there's maybe some big news that happened recently. The Queen of England is done. And now, there's some stuff I think I have to address. We got some British stuff that we need to talk about. We got some topics to cover here. I'm so surprised by some of the conservative reactions of like, oh, the Queen was so good and la la la. Because it's like unambiguously she was very evil. And if you don't know that yet, you just haven't learned enough about it. A lot of people be dancing on her grave, like the Irish and like some liberal people and definitely some Canadians. It's kind of weird for any conservative or like person on the right to be like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all about the Queen. Because it's like, yo, troll! Are you kidding me? So it's like, chill. Like, come on. And I really don't believe as a Christian on like, talking a ton of smack about the dead. But really, when evil and injustice was there, it's gotta be called out. You know what I mean? It's really gotta be called out. And actually, I saw an interesting comment the other night, kind of putting into context why the Queen was such an important figure in terms of like the populism and conservatism in England. So I'm gonna have you to take a look at that. But yeah, so it's too bad that the Queen couldn't find Jesus, because I don't know, but it's like, dang, did she do some evil stuff? Since we got that covered now, let's dive a little deeper into those dirty, dirty secrets that the Queen and the British monarchy really want to keep secret. Secret! They did not want this stuff out, but they can't stop it. They've tried, but they can't. Let's go. So first of all, if you haven't heard, there's been many accusations that the Queen of England has gone and visited indigenous children in different parts of the world. She takes them on a little trip, like either out to the woods or out for a picnic, and then they don't come back. And the Canadian indigenous people have had a lot to say about this, and you can see it right here. Another interesting point in that is that a witness who said that they saw Queen Elizabeth take these children away somehow had arsenic in their system when they mysteriously died at the hospital. Another aspect that we should mention is that the Princess Diana assassination was definitely planned by Elizabeth and the British monarchy. And there's a lot of proof on that. Even Diana had a letter like a few months before or sometime before saying that she believed that she was going to be assassinated in a car crash. The royals like to have so much control. There is even another royal who is dying, and they purposely killed him faster so that it would get in the morning papers instead of the trashy nighttime tabloids. Like, woo! So they like to have control over a lot, right? The royals are very obsessed with their bloodlines, right? So Diana was in the bloodline, and there's a reason that they wanted her sacrifice, because they are part of the human sacrifice religion. Now, there's the question of Jimmy Savile. Oh, they were such good friends with him. You know, Charles wanted him to be Harry's godfather. He would ask him advice for, you know, appointing different advisors. Yeah, and they gave him the keys to the mental hospital, to children's homes, and he abused hundreds or possibly thousands of children in Britain. And also did necrophilia in the hospitals. So, interesting. So not only was Jimmy Savile super close with the British royalty, he was also appointed the Officer of the Most High Order of the British Empire in 1972, a Knight Bachelor of Charity in 1990. Okay, and like during this time, there's been lots of accusations that have been they tried to cover it up in the papers. They said that police couldn't touch him. I wonder why. Why would they love this guy so much? And and not only that, not only did he have a British knighthood, he also had a papal knighthood, which is really interesting, you know, from the Vatican. So his papal knighthood was given by Pope John Paul II as Knight Commander of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great. And you know who else is a part of that same pontifical order? Bob Hope. You should see what Bryce Taylor said about him. We got Roy Disney. We have Rupert Murdoch and John Hume. That's interesting, isn't it? Like, yeah, they have to be knights for the Vatican. Oh, the Vatican says, oh, if we had only knew that these atrocities that he committed, we would have never given him a knighthood. Oh, but you know, that's really, really interesting that the British monarchy and the Vatican both have extensive intelligence networks and services. Spies, people who vet for them, vet anyone who gets near them and knows everything about them. You can take it back to John Dee with the Queen, and he was an intelligence officer back then. That's another thing you gotta look into, John Dee. So, pretty much everyone in the media at that time was suspecting that Savile was raping children, but the intelligence services, I guess, for, you know, the monarchy and for the Vatican, they couldn't figure that out. I mean, the journalists could figure it out, but there's no way they could have figured that out, right? This is my message to anyone who is skeptical of the elites, their satanic practices, and what they do. Wouldn't you say they're kind of complicit? They're kind of complicit with this type of person. You know that they would find out. You know that their intelligence officers would know everything about him, so why do they associate so closely with him? Why is it that when Jimmy was in those hospitals, they would eat the pituitary gland? Sounds a lot like adrenochrome. Oh, that crazy stuff. Oh, the elites never are blood drinking like Peter Nygaard. Oh, never. Never. That can't be true, right? Another interesting thing about like the satanic and occult connections is that Prince Charles and the royal family are descended from Vlad the Impaler. You know, the inspiration for Dracula, the blood drinker. Prince Charles likes to vacation at Vlad the Impaler's castle, and he has young men who stay with him. Wow, that's so weird. That's so weird, right? What's he doing there? He wants to be real goth. He wants to be real goth, huh? Another interesting aspect of Charles is that He loves Klaus Schwab. And he was talking about in 2020 why we need the Great Reset, why we need to own nothing, and why we will be happy. And live in a pod and eat bugs and not eat any meat. Because that's for them to do. They get to keep their houses. They get to keep eating good food. But the little peons, they don't want that for us. They want to make sure with this environmental crisis that they're going to still be able to eat the meat they want. That they're still going to be able to live the luxurious lifestyles they have. They're not going to be able to do that with a populace that's free. So they want the Great Reset. Sounds great, right? One last thing that I have to mention too is that Prince Philip, Elizabeth's husband, you know what he said that was super interesting in terms of this whole depopulation thing? He said that he wanted to be reincarnated as a deadly virus to help kill off parts of humanity. These are the people that control our world. These are the ideas that they believe in. You wonder why they took down the whole of Georgia Guidestones after they exploded some of it? They don't want you to remember. They don't want you to think about it. They want you to stay scared of them. But it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last because people are going to wake up and realize the truth. Please, everyone, do your research. Give an open mind to something that isn't Snopes and Facebook and CNN. Please, people, please do your research. Please be open to learning new things because there's a lot about this world you may not know. And it's really important to know so we can all prepare to resist what they want to do, which is a one world government system. It is evil, and I'm just trying to be out here to help those who haven't learned yet to understand. And maybe you'll trust it from me. Because I'm a princess, okay? Like, don't feel my vibe. Like, I'm never gonna stop. We're out here. The WEF and Klaus Schwab want to send out their information warriors. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be working my hardest as an information warrior too. So get ready to be scared, and get ready to be enlightened, and get ready to learn, and get ready to feel your soul and spirit be lighted up, and to glow, and for us to party and resist together. Now you have truly experienced the prison palace. She's coming hard. We're coming hard. We're going and we're going to fight the New World Order and Klaus Schwab's information warriors. They're not gonna be able to handle it. We've got to break out of their prison matrix, the mindset they want to put us in. Break out of the prison palace. Break out of the prison. Let's go. Let's go. And don't forget, please, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you want to, please, like and subscribe or share the video if you like it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you all.